But what I do stay consistent. Guys, look at this. Hi, baby. I cannot put into words. Okay, jumping right into the habits because we have a ton of them to go over. The first habit happens pretty much as soon as you open your eyes, and that is to not press snooze. As soon as that alarm goes off, get your butt out of bed. And that leads us into habit number 2, which I'm sure you guessed as soon as you saw this video. Comment down below if as soon as you saw the video, you thought to yourself, make your bed is definitely going to be a habit, because you would be correct. It's the next habit. Sometimes I will let my sheets breathe a little bit, kind of mess them up, and then make my bed later within my morning routine, but I do make it a habit to make my bed every morning. Good girl. Okay, go. Good job. Our next habit is to drink at least 1 mason jar of water before 9 a.m. This is a 24-ounce mason jar, so I want to drink this entire thing before 9 a.m. before I start work for the morning. Let's go take Callie potty. Habit number 4 is to do at least a little bit of reading every single morning. Now, before you're like, oh my gosh, Kat, I am not going to be reading in the morning. I'm not necessarily saying to like pull out a book and read a whole chapter, but this is why I highly recommend the Daily Stoic. It's a motivational, inspirational book that has a passage for every single day of the year. So you can start it any day of the year and you'll have a passage to read. And it's a really nice, kind of calming, relaxing way to start your morning. And then this morning I headed over to the couch. How freaking cute is Callie? Just like getting herself all on the pillows. I actually had some editing to do for a different YouTube video, so I was working on that. I do make it a point to get at least a little bit ready every day because I know that that makes me feel my best. I feel more productive. I'm more likely to grab my phone and film a TikTok during the day when I'm on my lunch break or something if I feel my best. Not that I don't ever post without makeup on, but like if I put on a little bit of something, I know that I'm way more likely to want to put myself on camera. And then also I do work from home, but I have a lot of virtual calls. So I want to look put together when I'm going on virtual call. But honestly, there's a lot of different ways that I will make myself look put together for the day. And it's definitely not the same every single day. So some days I will put a little bit of makeup on. Some days I don't wear any makeup, but I will do my hair, like straighten it or curl it. Some days I will not do anything to my hair, just throw it in a claw clip, but I'll put a little bit of concealer on, a little bit of mascara to really make myself feel better, like just feel like my best self. And then there are days like today where I'm doing like a full-on makeup look. And there are definitely days where I don't do any makeup or do anything to my hair. However, the one thing that doesn't change that I do make sure to do every single day that I'm working and like have to be productive is that I put on an outfit that is a little more put together than pajamas. Obviously right now I'm wearing pajamas and we are going to change as soon as we are done with my makeup. You'll see, we're not going to put on like jeans or anything. You'll never catch me working from home in jeans. But I do like to wear like a little matching set or something that's like cute and put together, but also comfy for sitting at home all day, because it just makes me feel better about myself. It makes me feel more professional, even though it may not be a professional outfit, but it makes me feel more awake. It makes me feel more productive and just like polished, I guess. Getting a little bit ready every single day literally looks different every single day. But what I do stay consistent with is at least wearing a put together outfit. Like I will not work in my pajamas. I mean, I'm not gonna say I've never worked in my pajamas. Like it's happened before, but the mass, like 99% of the time, you will not catch me working in pajamas. Also just doesn't make me feel my best. I honestly, like when I feel more put together, I feel like I perform better. So getting at least a little bit ready every single day is definitely a must for me. I'd say on average, I end up doing like an actual full-on makeup routine like I'm doing today, maybe 2 times a week, like in a work week. Honestly, I just enjoy doing it. Like I really enjoy doing my makeup. And there's another reason that I talk about later in this video that like doing my makeup, like a full makeup routine, I actually find helps me in other areas of my life. Again, I'll talk more about that later. It's gonna be like in another tip, but I just find that when I feel like I look my best, I perform better. And honestly, it's also just fun. It's like, I enjoy it. I like putting makeup on my face. I like the actual process of it. I love using the products. It's like a self-care thing for me just to do my makeup in general. But that said, I definitely don't do it every single day. Curling my eyelashes still scares me. I don't know why. Ooh, random question. What is like your must-have makeup product? What are the top 3 makeup products if you could not choose, like you could only use 3 ever again? I'm curious, what would they be? Mine would definitely be mascara, concealer, and maybe an eyebrow pencil? Either an eyebrow pencil or, no, probably contour. How do I look? All right, what am I gonna do now? Put on my outfit. I'm gonna go change. How freaking cute is this? Like I said, I do have it in 2 other colors, and honestly, I'll probably end up buying it in more, but it's like this waffle material, and the shorts are so comfy. They have pockets, which like makes it even better. And then it's a cute little tank top. They also have like different styles of the tank top. I kind of want to try a different style too. But I just love, like when I saw this navy one, I was like, I just need it. All right, we're gonna go to the living room and we're gonna talk about the next habit. Does that sound good? All right, let's go. I just got the rest of my coffee. I like rewarmed it up because I want to be able to drink some coffee while we talk. This feels really cozy now. I'm glad that we're actually doing this in here. This is probably one of the, if not the most important habit that I'm going to talk about in this video. I know that when you are feeling stressed or overwhelmed or anxious or upset or angry, it can be really easy to be in the habit of just like shoving those emotions down. I don't want to deal with it. I don't have time for this right now. I'm not going to worry about it, right? We've all been there. That is actually one of the most detrimental things that you can do to your mental health. So instead, I highly, highly recommend you develop the habit of actually processing and talking through your emotions. And the best way that you can do this is through therapy. And I actually have a tip to go along with that tip. Having somebody that you can go to, that you trust, that you can talk to, that you can share any thought, feeling, emotion that you're going through, that has experience and expertise and knowledge that can really like guide you and provide advice and different perspectives, is one of the most beneficial things that you can do for your mental health and for your own happiness. Now, obviously, I know that every time you get stressed or anxious or upset, like you can't just immediately go talk to your therapist necessarily. Like maybe you're in class, maybe you're at work, maybe you're taking care of your kids, maybe you're out with your friends, and it's just like that's not possible in the moment. So instead of like trying to forget about them and again just pushing those feelings down, develop the habit of making a note. Like I have this little journal, it says breathe on it, and whenever that happens, I will make a little note about whatever it is. This isn't like a full-on journal. This is literally just like a bullet point so I don't forget. Or if I'm out and about, I'll make it in my notes app. I have like a notes app specifically for this so that I have a list of things. I mean, some weeks there's 1 item on there, some weeks there's like 10. I know for me, I've done therapy in the past where I get to my, like all week, I'll be like, I can't wait till my therapy appointment. Like, I feel like I have so much to talk to. And then I'll get to my appointment and I'm like, my mind goes blank. And they're like, so what do you want to talk about? And I'm like, I don't know. And most of the time the therapist is very good at like guiding me into the right conversation and like helping me with whatever I really need to talk about. But it is so much easier and like very helpful. I'll go to that list and then I can talk through and process those situations or those feelings with my therapist. And this is amazing because not only does it help ensure that you'll remember to talk about it with your therapist, but also it gives me so much relief in the moment. Such a weight lifted off my shoulders. And I feel like I can really let go of that stress and that feeling in this moment because I know I'm gonna have time to talk about it later, but right now I can just focus on whatever it is that I'm doing. And I'm not gonna lie, there are some times where I get to my therapy session that week and I look at my list and I'm like, oh, you know what? I actually don't really care about that anymore. Like, I don't need to talk about it. And that's fine because that just means that, you know, maybe it wasn't as significant as I thought, but the act of writing it down in the first place is such a great stress reliever. And I'll be honest, most of the time, whatever I wrote down to talk about, like I do want to talk about, and then I talk about it with my therapist, and 9 times out of 10, almost 10 times out of 10, after I talk about it, I feel so much better. Maybe it doesn't completely solve the issue and I'm like, we're gonna have to talk about it again next week. However, it does make me feel better knowing that I'm taking charge of those feelings and I'm not just ignoring them and I'm actually doing something and proactively trying to work through them so that I can be happier and move forward. And with that said, I know that finding a therapist can honestly be like a very stressful process in itself. So that is why I am so darn excited to share that BetterHelp is once again sponsoring this video. With BetterHelp, that stress of like having to search through all these therapists and find the right one for you, and then you feel like it doesn't work out, but then you feel uncomfortable going to change it, they completely take that stress away. All you need to do is you go on their website, you fill out a set of questions, and then they automatically match you with a licensed and experienced therapist that is handpicked for you based off of, you know, what you shared about yourself and also what you shared that you're looking for in a therapist. And if you're like, Kat, I don't have time to do therapy. Like I work, I go to school, I have children, I have all these things going on. BetterHelp is actually 100% online. So all of that stress of like having to drive to go to your therapist or like figure out one that's like somewhere close proximity so that you can actually make it to your appointments every week, none of that is an issue anymore. They're 100% online, and you can choose to do a video call, you can do phone calls, you could do text messaging. I personally love the video calls the best because I feel like I really connect with my therapist, but there have been times that I've done phone calls if I can't get to a camera at that time, or like I'm just not feeling like being on camera and I want to chat with them on the phone. And it's just the flexibility that it provides you takes so much of that stress. And you can actually get 10% off of your first month if you use, or go to betterhelp.com/katmay and you will get 10% off your first month. I also have them linked in the description box. Again, thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. I'm genuinely honored to be working with this company, and thank y'all for watching this little segment. I hope that it inspired you to consider therapy in your own life and maybe give you that push that you needed to actually take the leap and get a therapist, because I promise you, you will not regret it. Alrighty, with all of that being said, I'm hungry. Let's go make some breakfast. You're probably gonna stay here, aren't you? Yeah. All right, these next two habits both involve the kitchen, so we're gonna do them right here. One of them is food, and I can't wait for that one, but the other one is what I do every morning before my food, and that is to take my vitamins. So I've gotten into the routine. Every morning before I have my breakfast, before I have any food, I take a B12 vitamin and a probiotic, and then after my breakfast, I take a vitamin, a vitamin B or D3, and a fish oil pill. And when I take my fish oil pill, Callie also takes one. Her vet said that they're very good for dogs that have joints and that sort of thing. Now I will say, huge disclaimer, these are just the vitamins that I find work best for me, but definitely talk to your doctor about what vitamins you need and that you should be taking. These I don't take till later though, so I'm gonna put these back. Need my water. Now we can have food. I prioritize having a healthy breakfast every single day. I try to eat healthy in general, but the one meal that I commit to having a healthy meal every day is my breakfast, and that is because I know that if I have a healthy breakfast, that really sets the tone for my day. It makes me feel better, it makes me feel a lot more energized and just like better for my morning and honestly the rest of my day, but it also inspires me to then eat healthy the rest of the day, because I'm like, well, I had a healthy breakfast, so then I'm more in the mood for like healthier foods, you know what I mean? And honestly, most days I will put a little bit of honey. Actually, anytime that I have it, I'll also drizzle a little bit of honey on top. I just didn't have any today, but this is such a good breakfast. It's filling, it's got protein, it's got carbs, it's got fruit. It's very delicious. Now I'm going to just chill for a little bit, enjoy my breakfast, watch a nice little YouTube video, and then we will go start work for the day. Oh, good girl. It is time to work for the day. I have my water, but we are gonna brew another cup of coffee because I'm kind of like honestly feeling like I need it. Tim's work, I had like an excess of these little coffee pods. They're like the Green Mountain coffee pods. I typically always use like my reusable coffee pods and then just put the grounds in, but it was kind of a nice treat that they were like, oh, we're not gonna use these, do you want them? So he was able to bring like a bunch of boxes home. While that brews, let's talk about habit number 8. To schedule focus time into your day. Block out a period of time in your calendar, literally label it focus time, so you know that like you're not gonna get invited to any other meetings. You can just get focused on whatever the project is. Right now I actually have a lot of video editing to do for my job that like I just need to focus. So if you're just a little curious, my morning from 9 to 9:30, I don't like to schedule any meetings or like focus time, because like that's kind of my catch up from the day before to like respond to any other emails and catch up on that stuff. But then from 9:30 to noon, I am in focus time. It's a little bit of a longer focus time than I would typically do for an activity, but like I know with editing, once I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone. So I want to stay in that zone for as long as I can. So from 9:30 to noon, I'm just going to be editing my butt off and hopefully I get a lot done. I'm set to do not disturb, so I know that like I'm gonna have time to focus. I do still check my chat periodically in case there's anything urgent that comes up. But for the most part, not having like little chats pop up in the corner really helps me stay concentrated and focused and get way more work done in a way more, efficient manner. All right. I will see y'all a little bit later during lunch actually for the next habit. I wish that you could have been able to see Callie this whole time because she looks so darn cute. I like how she likes to be in here with me. Mwah. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Time for lunch. We were in Vermont this past week. Tim's mom lives up there and she made this pasta salad that she sent us home with. Oh my gosh, this is like the yummiest pasta salad I've ever had. I think once I'm done with like all the leftovers that she sent us home with, we're definitely going to be making it ourselves. Obviously there's pasta and then it's like cucumbers, cheese, tomato, yellow pepper, and then I don't even know what the dressing is that she used. I'll have to find that out, but we'll do that in an upcoming video, the recipe, but this is so freaking good. So we're gonna go enjoy this. I'm really trying to start having at least one meal a day at my dining room table. I like feel like I rarely ever sit here. I'm always eating food either on the floor or on my couch or that chair or something. I get in the habit of always relaxing while you eat your food, or not necessarily relaxing, but like if you can, don't work through lunch or don't do homework through lunch. Obviously that's not always possible, but like when it is. I have to go get my computer. I'll be back. Okay, so this habit is that at some point throughout the day, every single day, you want to absorb some sort of positive motivational content. I found this video by Jill Guerin. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but I love her channel. And this is 24 ways to romanticize your life this summer. You know, and this doesn't have to be while you're eating. This could be, you know, while you're on a walk, you listen to a podcast, or when you're getting ready, doing your hair, you watch a motivational YouTube video or podcast, or listen to a podcast or something like that, or a TED Talk. But the point is that at least something short, even if it's just like a 5-minute YouTube clip or a video that you're gonna watch that's a little bit more positive and uplifting, something that is some positive, motivational, inspiring content every single day will really do wonders. You know how they say that you're an accumulation of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, right? And that is because you're absorbing what they're putting out, for lack of a better word. If somebody's always complaining, you're gonna start to complain and feel negative. If somebody's always talking about exciting new things, you're gonna just naturally get more excited. So consuming content that is going to put you in a good headspace and motivate you and inspire you is something that I don't think people talk about often enough how powerful that could be. And I know for myself, when I do this, it puts me in such a good headspace while I'm watching it. And then that kind of like lingers throughout the rest of the day. And I'll have a couple of my favorite like motivational YouTubers that I love to kind of go to, like my go-tos for when I'm going to watch a motivational or inspiring YouTube video, like I go to their channels to find something. And then also, like I said, you could do podcasts, you could do TED Talks, anything like that. But I'm gonna enjoy this video while I eat my lunch. It's a good little arrangement. Hi, baby. So the next daily habit is to romanticize the little things in your life. Honestly, I feel like this is such a, I don't know, cliche topic. People say, oh, romanticize your life. And it's like, well, what does that mean? And I want to share what it means to me and kind of a couple examples and stuff. To me, romanticizing your life is really just like a fancy way of saying appreciate the little things. Like flowers, having fresh flowers, stop to smell the roses. I mean, these are peonies, which, fun fact, are my new favorite flower. I decided that this weekend. I feel like romanticizing your life is about not just going through the motions, but really taking time to enjoy the things that you're doing, even if it's as simple as making your coffee. When I make my coffee, I take a little extra time to pick out a cute mug. Or, you know, sometimes when I'm making iced coffee, I will foam my milk, even though it doesn't make it taste any different, but it just like looks prettier and it romanticizes it and it makes me excited and brings me joy. Or when you go for a walk, instead of just like doing your walk, like really take time, every time I say walk, she wags, to like just look around and notice the nature, notice things in the trees that you wouldn't necessarily notice if you weren't like looking for them. And really pay attention to the little details in your life and just like living life with more awareness, I think, and not just going through the motions, but focusing on those little things that bring you joy and doing those things that bring you joy more often. Now, this is like, I guess, a little tip that I find sometimes helps. It's like kind of funny, but I don't know, it can help. Like pretend you're being filmed for a movie, and a lot of times that like makes me I don't know. Let me know if you know what I mean or if you can resonate with that, because it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like if I'm going for a walk with Callie and I'm looking around and I'm enjoying it and I'm like listening to a podcast or music or something. And then I'm just like, what if I'm just in a movie right now and I'm just walking and I'm just like, it just like brings this magic vibe to it. I don't know if that makes any sense to like, please let me know if you can resonate with that, because even if like, you know, when I'm cleaning up, sometimes I even do that. Like I imagine like a movie where the person's cleaning up and then in the movie it looks so like, oh, that's so cool. Like I feel like it's so easy to romanticize other people's lives. Like when I think about, example, I haven't gone into the office in like 3.5 years, right? Like consistently. So it's really easy for me to romanticize the idea of like going into an office every single day and like seeing your work friends and getting coffee on your way to work, and, like going out for lunch and drinks after work with your work friends and like romanticizing that. And I'm not saying that that's not amazing, but obviously when I was actually doing it every single day, the idea of working from home, I romanticized. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool if I could just like work in cute little sets and be all cute working at my home desk with my coffee. And it's like, I romanticize that. And now that I have that, I'm romanticizing working in the office. So it's like, when I think about it like that, I'm like, there are people who are fully thinking that the life I have is like this magnificent, perfect life. And while I know that it's not, it still gives me a little bit of like, try and see it from their perspective almost. Like, I don't know if this is making sense, because I'm kind of confusing myself, but in a way it also makes so much sense to me. So I'm gonna leave this in, even though it's a very rambly, and maybe you're gonna be like, what are you talking about, Kat? But maybe this will resonate with at least one of y'all, and then it's worth it. I kind of want to make a video all about this topic, to be honest, because I feel like I could talk about this for a while and maybe gather my thoughts a little bit better, because I feel like I could say all this in a better way, but this is just kind of like rambling right now. Let me know if you would want a video all about how to romanticize your life and like what that actually means, and like practical things that you can do other than what we already talked about to like actually romanticize your life and like get the benefits from that people talk about. With all that being said, I think my lunch is pretty much over now. And Callie says hi. Hi. Ow. Get with your tail. I'm genuinely freaked out right now. I was just in a meeting and I heard this tapping. Like, I don't know if this sound is gonna pick this up, but I was like, what is that? So the meeting ended. It almost sounded like it was pouring, like sound. Guys, look at this. I don't know what to think. So I'm looking out my window and all these bees are just tapping. Can you like see that? Do you see this? Like they're just tapping at trying to get, like they're just tapping at the window and tapping. What is going on? I need to film this on my phone too, so I can send that to Tim right now, because this is weird. You guys, this is actually freaking me out. Like I don't, also it's supposed to like downpour later. That's why I put the black cover on the outdoor furniture. I don't know, I'm actually kind of freaked out. I'm gonna leave the AC off for a little bit to see if it stops. Like maybe that had something to do with it. Okay, well I think I figured out what's causing it. I'm not exaggerating. I just turned the AC off again like 2 seconds ago so that I could talk to y'all without that noise in the background, but I turned it on and then I start walking away. I get to like here and I hear it again and they all came flying back instantly. As soon as I turned on the AC, they're all back. It's quiet, there's no bees. We're gonna turn the AC on and see what happens. All right, it's quiet, no bees. I'm gonna turn the AC on. See what happens. Did you see that? Literally instant. It has to be the AC. Did you see? Literally instant. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. What is going on? Also, Tim did respond and he said he was like, maybe they were after the condensation. Anyways, it's currently like 5:10. I'm pretty much done with work. I do have a couple more little things that I'm gonna go quickly finish up, but my sister Annie is actually coming over. Tim should be home in like 30-ish minutes, but my sister Annie every once in a while will come over when she gets out of work, and then we go for like a little walk together. So that's what we're doing today, the three of us. Annie's gonna come over, we're gonna go for a walk outside. She'll be here in like 15 minutes. Oh, you do big stretch. All right, I do have a few more things that I have to go finish up for work though, so let's go do that. And then when Annie gets here, we'll go for a walk. All right, back to work. I mean, that honestly is a good point. Like, it's not like you have talked. Callie, come here. All right. right, so our next habit is some sort of movement. Now this doesn't have to be a walk, but like I love walks and obviously Callie needs them every day, so I do take a walk every day. This could be the gym, this could be a workout class, this could be, if you don't have the energy to like go out and do a big workout, this could just be stretching in your home, but something to get the blood flowing, get your body moving every single day is essential. And right now we're on this beautiful walk. It's very humid out, I'm not gonna lie, but it is a beautiful day, right Annie?
Right.
It's like cloudy and humid, but it is really nice. What's up here? Yay! Is that fun? Did you get me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're making your butt bounce. Callie's like, what are you weirdos doing? You go run. This could also be like an ab workout at home, or you could do some running sprints around a local field like me and Callie. I'm so out of breath right now. All right, it's currently like 6:30. We just got back from the walk and I'm like super sweaty. It was so humid out, so I'm gonna take a quick shower. And then Tim is at the grocery store. Well, he went to the gym and then he's going to the grocery store. So I think I asked him to get like a frozen pizza. I'm in the mood for frozen pizza tonight. Annie is still here. I don't know if you can hear her. She's on FaceTime out in the living room. But we are gonna take a shower really quick. It feels so good, like cleaning, taking a nice shower after you were just all sweaty and gross and just feeling so much cleaner and like I smell so much better. Once you're like done with work for the day, you are ready to kind of transition into your nighttime routine. Put on a cute pajama outfit. I used to only ever sleep in like a big t-shirt, like one of Tim's or my old big t-shirt or something. But then I started to wear like these cute little sets that are still super comfy. I get them from Amazon. This one is from TJ Maxx. And it just makes you feel so much more put together throughout your routine. So I'm gonna get dressed really quick. How cute is this? I love the purple color. And then it says on here, be kind. I think that's so cute. Again, I got this set from TJ Maxx. It's a little wrinkly, but it's clean, I promise. I think I just heard Annie got off FaceTime. Annie?
Yeah.
How was your FaceTime?
It was good.
Okay, so the next habit is keeping a consistent skincare routine. I have two tips and then 3 physical things that actually help me stay consistent with my nighttime routine or with my skincare routine. As far as like the actual things, I know this seems small, but having like a cute little headband or clip, something that you can put on to kind of like we talked earlier, like romanticize it. And then this is another like kind of romanticizes it, makes it feel like more of a thing, you know what I mean? But it also is so practical. I, for the longest time, was taking legitimate hair scrunchies and putting them on my wrist so that the water didn't like drip all the way down. And then I saw they have literal things that were like, that was their purpose, that they have on Amazon. So I got them. It was like $7 for a pack of 2, and you just put them on. They're like little scrunchies kind of, and then they go like that. And so when you're washing your face, you're not getting water dripping all the way down. And then the third thing that is probably like, if I could only have one of these things, this would be it. Let me get the box. So I actually just ordered more. These are, they're called Erase Your Face. Like they're basically like those magic eraser. Is that what they're called? Not magic eraser, or maybe like for your makeup. It's like a cloth where all you need to do is put water on it and it takes all your makeup off, like literal magic. And I bought them more because I feel like I go through them pretty quickly, and they're reusable, so you just wash them. But this is it. So I take it, all you have to do is wet it, waiting for the water to warm up. Look at it before. Now I'm just gonna look at that. That's just from one little stroke like that. And it honestly feels really nice, but it just makes taking your makeup off so much easier. And then I'll put all of these in like a separate little, well, I'll let it dry and then I'll put them all in a little separate hamper and then I just wash them all. Okay, now that is not the only thing that I do to my face though. Like I want to actually wash it. So my personal favorite brand is First Aid Beauty. I love them. This is the Facial Radiance Polish. Ooh. So as for the tips, the first tip is actually, I find when I mean, this is not by any means saying you have to wear makeup at all, but I do find that when I do wear makeup, it's actually so much more motivating for me to wash my face because it's so satisfying to like see the makeup come off. It's like so satisfying to wash my face when I see all the makeup coming off of it. Like, if you obviously don't have to wear makeup, you don't wear makeup for that reason, but I find that when I do wear makeup, I'm like, it's a lot easier for me to get myself to go wash my face. And then the other thing is do your skincare earlier in your routine. If I were to wait until literally the last moment, like 30 minutes before I go to bed, even an hour before I go to bed, like once I plop my butt down on that couch, especially if I didn't wear makeup that day and like I don't technically have anything on my face to wash off, chances are I'm just gonna go to bed and not wash my face. Then I also have these little face cloths that I use to dry my face. But by doing my skincare routine earlier in the night, one, it's like a great starter for my night routine. Like I put my little PJ sit on, I do my skincare, I'm like feeling fresh, but also it helps ensure that I'm actually gonna do it because I'm not waiting till I'm like exhausted and all I wanna do is go to bed. If you do self-tanning, this tip is for you, listen up. I, for the longest time, would use the face tan, or like whatever the normal, like I use Loving Tan, and I would use the actual tanner that I put on my body, on my face. And I'm lucky enough that I didn't really feel like it made me break out, but I do know it makes some people break out. You wash your face way more than you wash your body, you know, or like scrub your face more often. So I found that it was like I needed to redo my face before I needed to redo the rest of my body, but then it like looked like I couldn't because then that would look weird. So now what I do, it looks way more natural, I feel like, and it's like better for my face because it's actually made for your face, is I'll first put on my normal concealer, which I'm just using the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream on my face. And I don't know why, but tanning face serums, they make me break out. I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but every single time that I've used a face tanning serum, I end up breaking out. And so I stopped doing that, and then I wasn't breaking out like I was. And then I started using this, and I, knock on wood, like it's been good. I've been using it for like, I don't know, maybe like 5 months now. But this is the Deluxe Face Tan Tinted Self Tanning Cream. So I'll put this on like every other night, every 3 nights, depending on how much I feel like I need it. After I put my normal moisturizer on, sometimes I'll even just like mix it in with my normal moisturizer. But it gives such a nice natural glow to your skin. Like when I wake up, I'm like, wow, I feel so bronzed on my face, and it just looks so nice and natural. If you use this though, always wash your hands right after, because if I don't, then like my fingers get orange. Tim should be home honestly any minute now. I asked him to get frozen pizza for dinner tonight. I don't feel like cooking, so hopefully when he gets home we'll have some pizza. And I think right now though I'm gonna go like add in all the footage to this video and start editing. All right, this next habit is a fun one. It's not necessarily, doesn't have to be food related. In fact, most cases I feel like it's not, but it can be. And that is to do at least one self-care activity every single day. Now, for me today, we're doing like a fun little dessert where I'm gonna cut up some strawberries and then we're gonna dip them in Cool Whip. This is like one of my favorite desserts. And then while Tim is in the bath, we're gonna eat this and watch Desperate Housewives. Like that is self-care. This could be doing like a nice face mask. This could be doing your nails. This could be calling a friend that you haven't talked to in a while. This could be doing a teeth whitening strip. It could be doing self-tanner. It could be taking like a bubble bath. There's so many different ways. You could do like an eye mask. There's so many different ways that you can do like a little self-care habit, but I highly recommend that every single day you incorporate at least one self-care habit into your routine. It's like one of my all-time favorite desserts. And the great thing is that since I'm the only one who eats this Cool Whip, I mean, Tim may have some of it, but it's not like I have roommates that I have to be conscious about. Like, you know, like I could just dip my strawberries right in here, which is nice because I know I'm the only one who really eats this. And I just dip it, like it's just strawberries or whatever. Let's go enjoy. I cannot put into words how much I love this mirror. Like every time I look at it, it brings me so much joy. This is self-care. Watching Desperate Housewives on the couch with Callie right here, all cozy, having my beautiful cuties, and having strawberries with Cool Whip, and watching Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, those other places call back.
Okay. Fine.
Well, that is when...
All right, our next habit is so darn crucial. This is one of the biggest, or I'd say this is one of those habits that makes the biggest impact on my day-to-day life when I'm very consistent with it. And that is to every single night set a timer for like 10, 15, 20 minutes and get as much cleaning as you can done. Think of it as like a little reset of your home for the next morning. Set a timer, make it like a little game to try and race it, and you're consistent with this every single night. You will eventually develop the habit and it'll just become second nature. And then you'll realize, like I have, that it's like you really can't even go to sleep until you've done your little mini clean. Obviously, some evenings my home is a little bit messier than others. Really wasn't that bad today. The living room, I really just made the couch. There's something really nice about walking out to a completely clean and put together home when you wake up in the morning. So I always like to make sure that everything is nice and neat and put back in its place before I go to bed. Wait, I just realized I'm supposed to put my contacts in before I get into bed. I'll be right back. Also, Callie came to join us. Tim should be in shortly. He's just he likes to go on his phone a little bit before bed, which I don't recommend, but you know, I do sometimes too. And so I asked him to stay in the living room while I read, just because like I don't want to hear the TikToks, obviously, you know what I mean? So we're gonna read for like 15 minutes. Callie will keep his spot warm so that when he comes in, it's nice and warm. Don't forget to check out BetterHelp. I highly, highly recommend therapy to literally everybody. I think everybody can benefit from therapy. And don't forget that if you go to my link, betterhelp.com/catmay, you can get 10% off your first month. I'll have it linked in the description. If you watch until this part, comment which was your favorite habit in this video. I'm curious. And a dog emoji for Callie. Random, but comment a dog emoji, and I would love to know if you want to share what is your favorite habit that I talked about in this video. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.